Hey everybody, it's Rich again. Just wanting to give you yet another update on the kitchen project. Um, Finally finished all my tile work, and now we're getting ready to grout. So I needed to clean up the grout lines, and I had a wire brush that I was using, this small wire brush. Um, the wire brush did a pretty good job. I actually used a flathead screwdriver in some spots just to kind of clean it out. But as you can see, everything's clean. I vacuumed everything up after I cleaned it, and then I also just wet mopped it. I wanted to make sure that it was fairly clean. I didn't want any bumps from cement spots because when you use the float to grout, those little uneven spots will catch the grout, and so it'll actually build up even more, and so you don't want to have that. And now I'm ready to go ahead and mix up the grout that I have. So the way you want to actually grout things is you don't want to put so much grout down at one time. You want to put down enough that you will be able to clean up within 10 to 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I want to start with this section first, get this grouted, and then let it kind of set up. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes to kind of firm up a little bit, and then you want to start cleaning it with a sponge, and then I'll clean it later once it kind of dries. So you want to do a section, and then let it set up, do another section, and then while that one is setting up, go ahead and clean this one, and then clean that one, and then start grouting again. But you just want to give it enough time to kind of set up a little bit before you actually start wiping some of the grout off the surface, because you don't want to lift it out of the joints. So so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and get started. A few things to be aware of when you're grouting. You want to float like this is a rubber float that you used for grouting. So you want to pick something up like that. You can probably get a little bit bigger one, but this will be fine for what I'm doing. It's a lot thinner than mortar. Obviously, you want it to seep down into the cracks and stuff. So it's a little bit runnier. But as you do it, you want to go in a diagonal motion to your grout joints. So you don't want to go with the grout joint, and you don't want to go directly perpendicular to it, because you'll get a bump. It'll actually scoop some out as you go across, and it'll kind of make a divot. You don't really want to do that. You want to make sure that it gets down in there. So the way to do that is to actually go at a 45 degree from your line. And this is actually going to be great for me because I'm just going to pull straight back because everything's on a 45 already for me. Pull your float at a 45 degree angle when you're moving it around. But then once you're done with an area, you want to kind of do it almost at a 90 degree to try to clean off as much of the grout off the tile, because you don't want to have to do a lot of sponging later on. So you can use two hands, kind of just work your way back and forth. Now, I want to make sure I clean this up. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning some of the other up because it's starting to dry. So to clean the joints, what you want to do is you want to get a clean bucket of water, which I've just been using already, but you want to keep changing it out. I just changed it, but as soon as you put the sponge in it, it gets dirty again. But you want to change it as much as possible. Now to do it, you dunk the sponge in and then you wring it out so that it's almost dry and it doesn't drip anymore. And what I've been doing is, this is the rougher side. I've been kind of wiping it with this side first, and then once this is dirty, I flip it over and I wipe it once or twice with this sponge, and then I wring it out again. So I've just been wiping. Usually you just want to make one pass, but these tiles are so big you can't really do that and be successful. So this side's dirty now, so I want to use this side. And I kind of go at an angle across at a 45 from the joint so that I'm not taking any material out of the joint. Try not to anyway. And try not to hit the joints at all, but eventually you're going to have to. But you do it really lightly. So I've been doing it light. I'm not pushing hard. I'm just kind of making swipes. And now that that side's dirty, I'll wipe it with this side. And it doesn't have to be perfect right this second. You'll have to go back and clean it again, but you're getting the big stuff. It'll make your job a lot easier once the joints are really dry. You wring it out, kind of wiping this. And I'm not worried about it too much on the tile. It's just, you got to be careful when you get close to the joints. You know, if you've got a small tile, you really only want to make one little pass, flip it, make another pass, and then clean it. But see, these tiles are so big, I can wipe without touching the ends too much, and make sure they're clean. And then when I go across the joints, I'm just making one or two passes